It's judgment time on Great British Menu, and a place in our national finals is up for grabs. 3 of the North East's top chefs have been desperately battling to outcook each other to get a dish on the menu at the People's Banquet. It's been a week of tension and high drama.
Oh dear, they have got a bit of colour on them, haven't the chef?
Former champion Nigel Howarth demanded the best of the best, and Tim Bilton left the competition early when his homely food failed to hit the mark.
Absolutely gutted, but 2 worthy contenders to set the North East forward.
Today, Stephanie Moon and Andrew Pern will cook their entire menus again for the judges. They know it's a fight to the finish.
To get this far is incredible, to cook for those judges. I want to win now.
I'm definitely going to go for it today, so you better watch out in there, Stephanie.
Both chefs are desperate to win today. The prize in their sights is a place in the Great British Menu final, where the regional champions will battle it out for the honour of cooking at the People's Banquet. Stephanie Moon came into the competition feeling like the underdog, but to the surprise of her rivals, her highly original menu triumphed.
It's all to play for. Andrew is after my blood, he really is. I've got to keep sharp and on my game.
Hey Steph, how are you?
She's up against the very experienced Andrew Pern, who amongst his many awards has held a Michelin star for his fusion of fine dining and robust British classics.
I've been second, behind Stephanie all week. Today is my last chance, basically, to then leap ahead of her, make it my day and definitely go for it and book my place on the Great British Menu final.
Our exacting judges, Prue Leith, Matthew Fort and Oliver Payton, are looking for magnificent platters of food to share. Dishes that will create a spectacle and be a real talking point at the ultimate street party, the People's Banquet. Anything less will get short shrift.
What we're really trying to do is a really fantastic street party. Not street food, but, gastronomy, as always, the best. I mean, we are talking about the best chefs in the country.
I think that the food has got to be able to be a conversation piece. I think if it's the sort of classic restaurant fare, it's not going to do that. It has to have a sense of, wow, great, here, have a bit of this, try that.
Fantastic, huge, great, elaborate pieces of food laid out on there, just inviting you to get stuck in.
Morning, Steph.
Morning.
Here we go then.
The big one.
Both chefs will cook all 4 courses from their menus today, but the judges won't learn who's cooked each dish or which menu it belongs to until they've tasted everything.
Are you feeling confident?
I am.
To stay in the competition, both chefs will have to make sure this is the service of a lifetime. Steph's kicking off her menu with her sticky pigeon served with unusual ingredients foraged from the hedgerow.
I don't think we're going to have much leeway today with 3 judges in there. 1 was bad enough.
They're going to be Rottweilers, aren't they, really?
But the first dish to go before the judges today will be Andrew's Salmagundi of North Country Produce, which failed to score well on Monday's programme.
This is a cooking competition and you're starting off with a dish that hasn't got a lot of cooking in it. The thing that surprised me was how easy it seemed to be for you to do.
Well, that's the idea. The easier the better, because the other 3 aren't.
Despite Stephanie's taunts, Andrew believes his platter of cured meats, vegetables, egg mayonnaise and cheese would be a surefire hit at the People's Banquet. But will the judges agree?
Minging is the first thing that comes to mind. Minging and a mess is
No, I can't help it.
I love it.
I can't make out
Okay.
whether it's herbaceous border or actually a deconstructed Salmagundi.
It's a mess.
Does it taste nice?
Come on then.
Delicious. Go on,
Okay.
eat one.
Oh,
It's Humpty
sweet.
Dumpty.
It's mustard and cress, isn't it? Do you think people will respond to this? Will this be, can you see this being in the People's Banquet?
I'm not getting a sense of purpose out of this. It just feels to me like some sort of food decoration course on a platter here.
What is disappointing about this is that I feel that aside from assembling ingredients here, I don't feel there's very much skill in terms of cooking.
Just because there's loads of mishmash of colour on here does not make it suitable for a banquet. I think if you're going to do something like this, there has to be warmth and love to it. I can't feel any love from this dish. I am not feeling the love.
I like it. I think it is colourful. I think it's 90% delicious. I just have a feeling we're going to see something better.
I very much hope we are.
So, Andrew's starter hasn't exactly impressed the judges. Can Stephanie take the advantage? She scored highly on Monday with her sticky pigeon with forager's relish and hedgerow crisps made from beetroot and burdock.
Nervous?
Yeah, I would say
The
so.
judges aren't far away now, they're circling.
No.
Steph's taking a risk with her unusual ingredients, as Andrew's keen to point out.
Think the judges are going to enjoy those?
I mean, foraging, you know, it's something I believe in, it's something I've done for a long time, just hoping they like it.
I hope they don't.
Steph's got her heart set on going through today, so it's a blow to discover her burdock root is not top quality.
Oh dear, what's happened in there? It's quite good at the back of your mind thinking, oh, that's all right, you know. You might just put her out of her stride a bit, you know, and trip her up, you know, and the more that happens, the better for me.
As Stephanie puts the sticky glaze on her pigeon, then adds the finishing touches to her platter, she's pulled it out of the bag despite her nerves. Now she can only hope for mercy from the judges.
You are in the firing line to be shot down.
A much greater sense of allure to this dish, I think. You know, I'm sort of already intrigued to see what's inside the apple.
No, see, that makes me smile just to look at it.
Yeah, that's cute.
The ingenuity of it. How do you serve this? Does this lend itself to street party?
Dig in,
Yes,
Matthew,
I
stop it.
help you.
It looks good, it's a feast for the eyes. I can really see, you know, this going down on a big long table and everyone going, what's that? And pigeon.
That's a problem for a
What could
start, because little bleeding chunks of pigeon's breast people will not eat.
What's gone wrong with you? Have you got soft in your old
People
age?
don't.
It's not bleeding, it's rare, and it is delicious. I think this is incredibly
True.
patronising.
No, it's not patronising. Look,
completely
that is,
patronising.
that
So
is
if we get big,
You squish a piece of stew, it does that.
you know, if you want to get people talking at a large table like this, there's lots to talk about here.
I think this is lovely food to share. I love the little apple job, but just the stuff inside is too sweet. This is amusing. Not many people will have seen 3 colours of beetroot dried.
I don't see this as food for the community. I have misgivings about how much people would actually enjoy it, and also I think, to me, it's just, I don't know, it's just a bit too polite.
So, mixed reviews for Stephanie. Could Matthew's concerns about her challenging choice of meat count against her? There are 3 more courses to go before the judge's verdict. With both chefs hard at work on their fish dish, there's still everything to play for. Stephanie will be first up with her hot oak smoked trout served with pea puree and scraps. On Tuesday, veteran chef Nigel Howarth marked her down for her over-smoked trout. On his advice, she's packing her fish in salt and brown sugar.
The reason I'm doing all this is to get some of the moisture out so I don't get so much smoke into the fish.
Steph's complex dish is putting her under pressure, and Andrew can't resist adding to it.
Fish has been sitting out there a while now, Steph. About ready to
I'm
go?
just keeping it warm, chef.
She's already feeling the heat, and now Steph's struggling with the smoker.
More.
The smoke is crucial to the success of her dish, and her rivals spotted she's having trouble.
All right.
I've done this so many times and it's always worked.
She also needs to get her beer-battered scraps into chip shop bags and pipe the tea cream onto her pea puree. In the nick of time, she manages to get her dish to the pass.
That was a bit of a nightmare.
But the experience has unnerved her.
Happy?
No, not really. Not really. I made a mistake and you know, it could cost me dearly. Let's hope not.
Oh. Right.
I've got to get this off while there's still smoke inside.
Look, peas shoots, our old friends.
It doesn't really feel like sharing to me.
It's matron doling it out, isn't it?
No, but I
I'm
don't...
a matron, thank you.
Oh, you know what those are? There's little bits of fat you scoop off the top of the fat fryer.
No, I don't feel it's sharing food. I think it's just food presented separately.
There's some kind of flavour like tea or something. It is tea, isn't it?
I think the pea puree is of very poor standard. It doesn't have enough flavour to it. I think the quality peas are not very good. I really don't like the cream on top. What's that gold leaf thing doing on there? I think this is a disaster.
What I always like about you, Oliver, is that you look on the bright side of life.
Hey, I'm trying to be polite here. You should hear what I really think.
I think the presentation's a mistake. I think it's too smoky, and I think the mushy peas aren't good enough, and I don't think it's generous and sharing, and it doesn't seem to me like a banquet for anyone, never mind a banquet for the people.
It's pretty, it's ponsified, but it's not party food.
It's a good thing Steph can't hear the judges' comments. Not only has her dish had a panning from the panel, but she's failed to convince them her concept's great for sharing. Could this be an opportunity for Andrew to steal the lead? He's serving fish soup with a toasted Kipper Club sandwich and garlic mayonnaise. Going all out to win, Andrew is tweaking the sandwich filling.
I decided a little bit of cream cheese to that to make it a bit lighter, a bit more delicate.
The fish course was Andrew's strongest dish in the week and the only one to beat any of Stephanie's dishes. And he's confident of success again today.
Now's my chance to maybe get ahead. Steph's had that little problem with the fish course, so maybe I can go for it and get ahead and win this fish course, and then the next one, and then the next one.
He brings his bubbling tureen of fish soup to the pass to be ladled over the lobster, samphire and scallops in the judging chamber.
Okay. Make sure they can have seconds if they want to.
I think it's a real sharing dish.
The soup round, who's going to ladle it
Yeah,
next? You know, who's
a
gonna
real
do
sharing dish.
Yeah, that's good. That's the main aim, isn't it?
I'm going to make an objection here straight away. I'm not even going to taste this dish. I mean, what's this got to do with feasting? It's just a restaurant dish.
I think you've got fantastic self-will then, because I think it smells so delicious that I know it's a restaurant dish, but I'm dribbling.
Be generous. Prue, this is supposed to be the people's bank. It's about generosity.
You've got to eat 3 more courses or something.
I'm not having any. I'm not having it. It's a classic French dish.
I think you ought to at least try it for flavour. And I want to know about the sarnie.
What's the sarnie going to add?
I don't know, but it smells quite good.
I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling like
if you're not careful, he'll throw
doing
his
my
rattle
job.
out of the pram again.
I think this was added to make it be more sherry.
It's completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
I don't think seafood's good. I think some of it's overcooked. I think the biscuit itself has been blitzed to within an inch of its life.
I think there's too much tomato in the sauce.
It's a bit heavy, isn't it?
But I don't think this dish is an irremediable disaster. I just think it needs to be presented in a different way.
It's not a little tweak. He needs to get rid of that. He needs to make the sauce better. He needs to cook the fish better.
Well, he needs
and he needs to put it all in one pot.
Andrew's fish course has also fallen short of the judges' high standards. With 2 courses down and 2 courses to go, the rivals have no idea who's going to win.
I think we're probably about neck and neck now. Halfway through the competition, I think we're probably about level.
The competition is hotting up now, it really is. We both want to win so much.
So, on to the main course, and Andrew serving his ambitious platter of roast pork loin, pork pies, black pudding Scotch eggs, cider fondants and sticky ribs.
I suppose this is the one you really want, isn't it? Main course.
But it's a good one. It's piggy in the middle, isn't it?
Andrew knows each component of his dish must be perfect, so he's made some changes.
So these the new improved Scotch egg
They are indeed. They are indeed.
Yeah.
Had a bit of mixed spice to it. Tried a different black pudding as well to combine that, so it's got a bit more oomph.
Andrew's making a few tweaks. He's pushing harder. He's precision working. That makes me want to do better than him. Hopefully, I will.
He puts the finishing touches to his suckling pig platter and appears to be completely unflustered.
Happy, Chef?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
But privately, he has his concerns.
All the different components of my dish came through very well. I think the only thing that slightly, maybe the potato is slightly underdone, which unfortunately might hand the competition over to Stephanie if it's if it comes down to that. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, this is more like it.
That'll do for me. I don't know what the rest of you are going to eat.
Yum.